Dawn rises not in color, but in ash. Over the endless steppe, where the wind carries no mercy, the sun claws its way through a curtain of dust. This is not a place for the soft or the slow. Here, the world belongs to the Mongols, horsemen who ride between life and death with the same breath. The year is 1219, one sunrise among thousands, yet every dawn here bleeds the same, a call to conquest. The Mongol Empire, forged in the furnace of Genghis Khan's will, now spreads across half the known world. Empires crumble before breakfast. By nightfall, cities will vanish. Inside the camp, silence is sacred. No laughter, no wasted words. A single cough could summon punishment. Every man knows his duty. Every horse knows its command. They are not soldiers. They are storms made flesh. In the center of the camp stands the Khan's yurt, round, white, immense. It is both throne room and war council. No gold, no marble. Only felt, leather, and the weight of fear. To serve the Khan is to surrender your name. Rank means nothing. Blood means nothing. Only obedience. The empire moves as one heartbeat, one command. Ride. By mid-morning, the earth itself trembles. Columns of horsemen pour through the valleys. Scouts first, then heavy cavalry, then the black banners of the Khan. There is no army like this. No pause, no mercy. When they strike, they do not fight. They erase. Towns become smoke. Walls become sand. People become silence. Their arrows travel farther than fear, and their cruelty outlives memory. Yet, beneath the blood, there is order. Every warrior carries 10 lives in his command, 10 men bound by an oath deeper than loyalty. If one flees, all die. This is the code of 10, the heartbeat of empire. At noon, the Khan's shadow falls across the plain. His eyes trace the smoke of another city consumed. To him, this is destiny, the world reshaped under a single name. But destiny is never gentle. Each conquest costs something unseen. The laughter of children, the scent of grass, the softness of peace. None of these exist here anymore. As dusk descends, the steppe glows like dying embers. The horde returns, silent, victorious, carrying both spoils and ghosts. No songs are sung, only the slow rhythm of hooves against earth. Night in the Mongol Empire is not rest. It is reflection. Orders for tomorrow's death march are whispered, maps redrawn, stars marked with blood. They sleep without dreams. The earth itself trembles beneath their conquest. A reminder that empires too have heartbeats, and every heartbeat must someday stop. Midnight never truly arrives here, only a deeper shade of gray. The wind does not sleep. It hums through the tents like a restless spirit, whispering names that no longer belong to anyone. In the distance, a torch burns in the Khan's tent. His advisors kneel in a circle, faces hollowed by exhaustion. The Khan listens, silent, unmoving. Strategy for tomorrow's slaughter spills like prayer. But not all within the empire live by the sword. In the nearby camp, merchants count coins. Scribes record names of conquered tribes, and captured artisans shape silver into tribute. Even here, civilization flickers beneath conquest. At dawn, the cold slices sharper than steel. Men rise, wordless. They eat dried meat and fermented milk. No music, no warmth, only purpose. The day begins again, identical to the last, destined to repeat until the empire devours itself. By sunrise, a messenger arrives, his horse frothing, eyes wild. He brings word from the west. Another city refuses tribute. The Khan's eyes narrow. The order is given. The empire moves. Before noon, hooves thunder once more. The horde crosses rivers like locusts, black banners cutting through the wind. Ahead, a walled city, trembling beneath the weight of its own fear. They do not shout. They do not warn. The siege begins as the sun climbs, precise, merciless, silent. Engineers position catapults. Archers string their bows. The rhythm of death returns. Within hours, the city is nothing but screams. The Mongols advance in waves, each more disciplined than the last. There is no chaos, only choreography, a ballet of ruin. And then, stillness. By dusk, resistance ends. The survivors kneel before the Khan, trembling beneath the weight of silence. He speaks few words, Mercy is not among them. Yet even here, beneath the ash of conquest, the empire breathes with strange brilliance. Couriers gallop across continents carrying messages sealed in wax. Merchants trade silk for silver under Mongol protection. It is peace by terror, the kind only an empire of ghosts can sustain. But history's shadow grows long. For every city conquered, a seed of rebellion takes root. Even the sky cannot stretch forever. The empire begins to hear the first whispers of its own end. As the second night falls, the Mongols return to camp. Their faces are unreadable, neither joy nor guilt, only endurance. They have seen too much to feel anything at all. Somewhere in the darkness, a flute begins to play. The melody is thin, almost human. It echoes through the camp, a sound that shouldn't exist in a world built on fear. Even conquerors need to remember they are alive. And so, the 24th hour arrives, another day consumed by the empire's heartbeat. Nothing changes. The sky remains merciless, the wind unbroken. But somewhere beyond the horizon, another city still stands. For now, the Mongol Empire would go on to reshape the world, connecting east and west through blood and brilliance alike. But in the end, even this empire of gods would turn to dust, scattered across the same steppe that birthed it. And so, one day in the Mongol Empire passes, a day like all others, soaked in glory, shadowed by loss. The empire sleeps, dreaming of eternity, unaware that history will wake to judge it. The empire sleeps beneath its own ashes. The wind that once carried war now scatters dust across forgotten bones. The world moves on, but the earth still remembers the thunder of hooves. They called themselves the chosen of heaven. Yet even heaven turned its face away. Empires are not built from stone. They are carved from the silence of those who fell beneath them. Once the steppe echoed with drums of conquest. Now, only the grass whispers, a lullaby for ghosts too proud to rest. History remembers the fire, not the warmth. It remembers victory, not the cost. But beneath every triumph lies a prayer that was never answered. The Khan is gone, his empire scattered, yet his name lingers, not as a memory, but as a storm that refuses to die. Those who rode beside him vanished into history's fog, nameless, countless, eternal. Their legacy is not written in words, but in the scars of the world they reshaped. In their silence, the world found a strange kind of order. From ashes rose trade, from conquest came connection. Even ruin can give birth to progress, yet power always returns to dust. The same wind that crowned empires also erases their names. Every conqueror believes the world begins with him, but the earth has buried countless beginnings, and it will bury countless more. In forgotten valleys, children still play where warriors once fell. The soil beneath their feet remembers, but does not speak. The Mongols sought eternity. They found it, not in glory, but in the stories whispered long after their fires went out. From the edge of the steppe to the walls of China, the echoes remain. A song of conquest, fear, and fragile humanity. Even gods fall silent in the face of time. Empires vanish, but the questions they leave behind never die. What is victory when the price is the soul? Now, only the wind tells their story. Across mountains, through bones, over the ruins of a dream that once ruled the world. The 24 hours end, but the echo does not. For in every shadow of history, there hides a reflection of us. Our hunger, our fear, our need to endure. History does not remember the gentle. It remembers those who dared to burn the world to build it anew. But even the greatest fires leave only smoke.